In keeping with a long-standing tradition at the university and beginning a new tradition at our graduation ceremony for the School of Graduate Studies, I am now pleased to present two students from the graduating class who will salute their fellow graduates and issue them a challenge. First, from the doctoral students, I'm pleased to present Mr. Wayne Rose, soon to be Dr. Rose, a candidate for the Doctor of Philosophy degree in history. After Mr. Rose speaks, we will hear from Ms. Tiffany Davis, a candidate for the Master of City and Regional Planning degree. Please join me in welcoming first Mr. Rose and then followed by Ms. Davis.
Mr. President, distinguished guests, friends, families, my beloved Empress, Vivette, my children, Ras Mikhail, Menelik Makeda, Jeanette, Jabari, fellow graduates, I greet you all in the power of the Trinity, Haile Selassie I, Jah Rastafari. It is indeed my honor and a pleasure to bring comments on behalf of the doctoral class of 2017, particularly as Morgan celebrates its 150th anniversary. Later this month, the university will be recognized as Maryland's Public Urban Research Center. Congratulations to the school's executive team, Dr. Wilson, especially Dr. Wilson, on your stewardship, your focus, and your vision. Thanks again for the opportunity to participate in this auspicious occasion. First, let me congratulate all the graduates seated here today, especially the doctoral cadre. Your hard work, sleepless nights, bouts of frustrations, anxieties are all now behind you. Today we celebrate your achievements and congratulate you and your families for the well-deserved accolade, Doctor. I can testify that this earned privilege came at the great price of physical, economic, and spiritual sacrifice to our families. To them, I say on behalf of all of you, thank you, families, and a round of applause to you. As we now transition to or continue the professional work of our respective disciplines, we're all faced with the political, social, and economic challenges of our nation and indeed the world. In today's climate, it seems as if politically expedient rhetoric trumps common sense and basic human values. Our humanity at times is reduced to an economic or military, paramilitary statistic, and our ability to consume material goods seems more valuable than our constructive intellectual capabilities. In today's culture, we are informed on how to think, and what to wear, how to act, who our friends are, etc. We have submitted our will to the material, and technology drives us primarily in the direction of consumerism. While some of this is perhaps inevitable, let us be reminded that we have charted paths of discipline which speaks to our abilities for creating new faculties of thinking, or at least revamping old ideas with concepts, new energies, and potentially new outcomes. Be further reminded, my friends, that as we pursue and excel within our disciplines to become more than an economic, political statistic, our drive for excellence and our current achievement of same must instruct and inform our will and future actions in becoming the agents of change, which are so necessarily needed in this nation, in this world today. Let us not fail in that role. It's an important one. As we have been strategic in our critical thinking and our approach to our academic work, let us be strategic in our thinking on ways in which our talents and preparation can serve the greater good of our humanity. As we prepare or continue to serve our families, let us be equally prepared to serve our communities, including this great state of Maryland and indeed the United States of America. But let us also be world citizens, serving the greater good of humanity. Let us be also guided by our spiritual inclinations of goodness and return the prime mover, the Almighty, to the equation of our lives, our hopes, and our aspirations. We all grew up recognizing the power of prayer and positive meditation. Today, more than ever, our world needs our prayers and our positive thoughts, as well as our best efforts. Finally, as we seek solutions to our individual and collective challenges, I beseech you that we heed the admonitions of that great African leader, Emperor Haile Selassie I, and his words as he shared them to the newly African states in 1964 in Cairo. He said, "What is needed above all is patience, which accepts delays while striving to overcome them, and tolerance, which accepts our weaknesses, our narrow self-interest and that of others, while we stiffen our fiber, our moral fiber and devotion to principle, which alone can arm and shield and support us as we toil to better the lot of Africans and our world community. Unless we find this requisite courage and fixity of purpose to rise above ourselves, we shall be broken on the wheel of our own invention, become slaves of our own despotism." The spirit of this celebration, the spirit of our world demands our higher self. Let us prove ourselves worthy of the enormous task placed on us. Let us prove ourselves worthy of our letters. Doctors, our world, our patients need our noblest work, our greatest talents. May we give of ourselves and our humanity. May peace, justice be our mantra, and may goodness be our guiding light. Rastafari, give thanks.
Good morning, President Wilson, distinguished faculty, staff, family, and friends, and a special good morning to the class of 2017. My name is Tiffany Davis, and I was given the great honor of speaking today at Morgan State University's inaugural School of Graduate Studies commencement ceremony. I was selected to speak to represent the master's candidates graduating today, and I'd like to take a couple minutes to reflect on our journey in earning our degrees and issue a charge to the class of 2017. For most of us, it felt like this day, graduation day, was never going to come. We longed for the day where we could submit our last assignments, get approval to defend our thesis or dissertation. Well, we made it. With the help of family and friends, we made it to this very moment. Our paths were likely all very different. For myself, I started at Morgan directly following the completion of my undergraduate degree. I balanced working full-time and taking 2 to 3 classes in the evening for the last 6 semesters. Perhaps you all experienced some change as I did myself. I moved 6 times in the course of 3 years, and I changed jobs. Maybe some of your changes included starting a family, buying a new home, getting married, or starting a new business. But the one thing that held constant for most of us was our studies at Morgan. The consistency that Morgan offered us was something that I began to look forward to, and I think we all did. The fiery discussions in classes, sometimes the stress of group projects, it built camaraderie. The consistency allowed us to build lifelong friendships and bonds with our peers as we focused our energy into researching and writing papers to finishing this degree. But now it is time for us to shift our focus from learning to enriching. The time we spent on our education, I challenge you to redirect that energy to impacting your community. Morgan State has given us the credentials. It is now up to use our credentials to positively impact our community. Whether it's using your degree in journalism to elevate voices that often go unheard, or using your degree in public health to reshape health policy to benefit minorities and low-income populations. Or perhaps for myself, advocating for the inclusion of minorities and communities. It is also important that we become active and engaged alumni to lead those coming behind us to maximize our impact. I would like to offer you 3 things to do after this day. The first one, celebrate your accomplishment. Be proud of the hard work you put into earning your degree and get excited about entering your profession. Second, enjoy your newly found freedom. Relax, take a vacation if possible, rest your mind. I know I'm looking forward to reading a book that's not academic related. But thirdly, don't get accustomed to that newly found freedom. We have much work to do in our communities to live up to our motto of growing the future and leading the world. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2017.
Yes.